The best fighter never was an actual fighter. Take my word for it. In this episode of Euphoric Intentions, we'll be discussing the techniques and the arts which make up the ultimate fighter. Life. The greatest fight that there ever was. And though you might not find yourself within a ring and in a bout against an opponent, the ring itself transcends location and is defined by the rules and guidelines which give us society itself. Being born in the land of opportunity not only presents you with opportunity, but presents others with the opportunity to take advantage of you. And so, in this, we find that the greatest fighter actually never finds himself within a fight. If he himself is found in a bout, in a match, in a struggle, then a flaw presents itself. The flaw is within the technique of the fighter. It is within his arts. He has not mastered himself or his surroundings. Life is a game, just like within the ring. Within the ring, as soon as your opponent knows where you stand, you're likely to get lit up, dude. So you better be on your feet. You better keep moving. But man, if you're going to strike, you better be planted firmly, so you better know where you're at all times and where you truly stand, while never letting anybody else know where it is that you place your feet. Otherwise, you're bound to get knocked off them, brother. So, keep them guessing. At least that's how I see it. Keep them guessing. It's kind of funny though. If you keep them guessing too much, then you don't even really know who you are, and they don't know who you are, and you're likely to be taken out of the game. Because like I said before, there's rings and there's rules, and these rings and these rules transcend the ring and the bout within the arena itself, and we're found within these rings and these bouts in our day-to-day lives. Now, you might say, what is it that truly makes a great fighter today? I mean, let's look at how they gauge fighters right now. They talk about, how much weight they can throw around. How tall are they? What's the reach? What's the background? What do they specialize in? Are they good at the ground game? Are they good at standing up? I mean, can they take a hit? Can they give a hit? Where do they stand in all of this? I mean, maybe they're not even standing in the ring, but in a way, we're all in the ring. It's just how some fight, they find themselves within the ring. They're still playing the same game that we're all playing, but they're putting it on a show for all of us to watch. It's like in this whole business and corporate world, we all take blows at each other, and we all receive blows. And the reason we're not all walking around all bloodied up is because there's a lot of time and space between all these blows. And in a lot of ways, they attack your psyche more than your physical body. But if we were to truly look at life today and look at all the blows that we give ourselves and the blows that we receive, we'd all be walking around like we just got out of the most amazing and grand boxing match ever to behold. So, keep them guessing. Keep on your feet. Keep light on your feet. Keep moving. But always stay steady and firm and know where you stand in regards to every topic, man. I mean, some fools have reach for days. They can reach millions. And I mean, it's all about who you got in your corner, right? Who does this holding you up? A building needs support. Your body's a building. Organization. You got to find the support. You got to reach out. Some people have a crazy reach, bro. They can reach across the nation. They can reach through states, through cities, even into international waters, worldwide even. Man, crazy reach. What's your reach? How much reach you got? Because I'll tell you what, it's a proverbial reach with my voice. How far and how loud can I yell? And I mean, it's not necessarily how loud I can go into the mountains and scream, but how smart I scream and what it is that I'm screaming. In doing so, I'm going to build up some nasty legs, man. I'm going to find some support. And when someone comes at me, I'm going to be able to kick real hard. I'm going to be able to take them to the ground and do what it is that I want. Because of who I got in my corner. Who it is that I was able to reach allows me to reach what it is that I want. And if you're in the way of what I want, then you best either get on my side or get out my way. Because I'm going to find what it is that I want. And I'm going to get it. Because I got support. I got a corner backing me up all the way. So how is it that you find yourself in no fights? I mean, as soon as you find yourself in a fight, you've actually lost the fight. The best fighters are never in a fight. They know how to manipulate the environment, manipulate the game, so to speak. I mean, everyone gets pissed off when they see someone else doing what it is that they necessarily can't do or what they don't agree with being done. And so, you know, they make it illegal or they attack the ethical nature of the action itself. But I mean, all's fair in love and war, right? And all is love and war, so all's fair all the time. It's just, how good are you at influencing the masses to believe what you believe is fair? And being able to influence and to sway the masses to see the world in the way in which you see it is just like grappling up against that opponent, man. You feel the energy, you feel which way they're rolling, and you use that energy against them. You do a little reach around, you get back behind them and you take them down. And then you're in control. You've been able to utilize the energy which others are putting off to your own benefit. It's the same within the game of life and the rules that people play, you know? I mean, they all got their rules and they're all saying what's right, what's wrong. But I mean, how is it that we decide what's right or what's wrong? I mean, if you got a good reach, you're able to reach out, find that support, then man, you could probably manipulate the energy, the opposition, into seeing it how you want to see it and making it your game and changing the rules. It's all about that reach. How far can you reach? You got a good grip. Grip goes a long way. I mean, if you can grip a physical object, if you got a good grip, probably means you got a good grip on life. You got a good head on your shoulders, you're balanced. Because if you don't got a good grip on what's going on, you're not going to have a good grip when you're trying to grip that tool, when you're trying to grip the opposition so that you can stop its progression, because it's trying to harm you. So you got to have good grip, you got to have a good head on your shoulders, you got to be balanced, you got to be fluid. You got to be able to plan, but you got to be able to go with the flow, move on the fly, freestyle, flow. I mean, it's good to plan, but someone who's built up on planning doesn't know how to handle somebody who works on the fly. You got to be able to work on the fly, but you got to be able to plan too, because you got to be able to build where it is that you're going before you get there. I know what it takes before I get somewhere. So in a sense, I got to build the staircase that will take me to that peak. You know? The greatest fighter never was a fighter. Because as soon as you find yourself in a fight, you've already lost the fight, bro. Take that to heart. And I mean, we're all fighting. All of us are fighting in different ways. Life's just a fight. Fight or flight. Some run, but that is their way of fight. And I mean, running away from one thing, you might just run into another thing. Right? So what you running from? Why you running? Why not fight it? Running is fighting. I mean, you got to fight other things, right? But how is it you get things to work with you? Well, like I said, just like your body needs support, your head directs the body, but it requires the feet. If I can't move my feet, I can't take my head where I want to go. And my head is what is me. So I got to direct my feet. But there's a lot of support between the feet and the head. So I got to gain that support, through opinions, by ideas, by thoughts. I got to change people's thoughts so that their actions become in one with my actions. Many steps from many feet can make one great step that's hard to beat. We're all fighters. And the greatest fighter never was a fighter. In fact, you've never even heard of the greatest fighter because he's underground. I mean, he's got all the support, he's got all this cash flow, he's got this energy for days. You just think energy shows itself within the ring as, a mere means of physical exertion? Nah, man. Mind and body go hand in hand. And I mean, some people got energy for days. They can move mountains, literally. I can gain enough support. I can gain a movement. And I can move a mountain with all the energy I got. If I got enough energy and I know how to manipulate this energy, and I know how to inspire people to work for what it is that I myself want, influencing them to want what it is that I want. I mean, money's a great way to do that, man. Money is just a mere representation of how much energy you got. But just like yelling in the woods, it's all about how you yell. I mean, how you yell will definitely determine how many people hear you yelling. And then what it is that you yell will definitely determine how effective all these people that heard you actually are in regards to what it is that you're trying to say. So, be smart with it all. You got to fight smart. You always hear about people not fighting smart, They're wasting energy. They're not necessarily fighting smart. But I mean, still, if they were fighting smart, they wouldn't be in the ring, man. But again, we're all in the ring. It's never escaping. You can never get out of the ring. Because once you're out of the ring, you're still in the other ring. And I mean, people like to change up the rules because they like to change the rules in their favor. They say, I know what I'm good at. I know what we got on our side. I know what supports me. So let's put this rule out there. Let's say this. You can't do that. Well, what it is that they're getting in your ears. They're getting in your head. How is it that you get to somebody in a fight? Through the eyes, through the ears, through the senses. You can become so closed off in this fight because you realize all these people trying to manipulate you comes through words. It's easy for somebody to manipulate through words. I mean, for many people, other people are merely putty. You can manipulate them with words just like Play-Doh. I mean, you ever been to those martial arts classes and they're like, hey, come up here and let me demonstrate on you. As soon as you yourself give in to their will, You're putty in their hands. It's easy to defend yourself against somebody that does whatever it is that you say. Right there, they're already showing their belt against you, and their belt is through influential speech. And you've just been spoken to, and now you obey every command like a computer. So how is it that you get to people? How is it that people get to you? In a fight. Like I said, through the senses. Nose, eyes, ears, mouth, your skin, touch, taste, feel, smell, vision. What you see influences what you do. What you hear influences what you do, possibly inspiring you to seek things, which influences what you see, which influences other things, which influences your behavior. People give you things. You feel indebted to them? Possibly are. You know, never bite the hand that feeds you, so to speak. And if they're the only way for you to get food, well then guess what? You might just be more of a slave than you think, or than you previously thought until you saw this video. Can you be the one that gets the food in this fight where everybody's walking around bloodied? I mean, some may not show it. Some put on a pretty good facade, right? But man, I'll tell you what, if you look at life like a fight, that's exactly what it's going to be, is a fight. And if you're looking to go out there and fight so that you can get credit for what it is that you think you won, you know, by being as sharp as a steel knife, taking life, using your points to gain what it is that you think you deserve. You've worked for it, right? So why not? You've been able to use what I said. People try to get in your ears, try to get in your eyes, try to get in your head, try to put bags over your head and say, you know, hey man, remember when I did this for you? I'm the hand that feeds you. You better do what it is that I say. So you do, otherwise you ain't gonna get fed. And if you ain't gonna get fed, you ain't gonna have the energy to do what it is that you want. Whether or not, even if it's somebody else's will. But man, you look at life like a fight, that's what it's gonna be, is a fight. And guess what? Like I said before, if you're looking to get in this fight, to take credit for what it is that you think you fought for, well then guess again, brother. Because ain't nothing you've been given, ain't nothing that you ever received that somebody else didn't help you get. You've been so closed off, you closed everybody off. You saw how it was they were getting into you, your ears, your eyes. They're feeding you. So you closed your mouth. You said, I ain't accepting no more gifts no more. You ain't gonna treat me like a dog. Give me treats, so I'll do your tricks. Give me to do your will. Nah, close yourself off. Close yourself off. Put in earplugs, put blinders on, and starve. And then take out your knife with your sharp point of steel and steal what it is that you want by presenting sharp points. Taking people's hearts, showing them that you have no heart, thinking that you deserve it all because you worked for it, you deserve this. But man, you've been so closed off, you separated yourself from everyone, not taking into consideration that everything you got was given. Everything you got was given, because ain't nothing you got that wasn't given. I mean, who can take credit for anything, right? Can anybody take credit for anything? How was it that you got to where you're at? Was it not by other people? If you're successful, you can't take credit. I mean, if you look at life like a fight, that's what it is a fight. And you're going to be fighting, and you're going to be thinking that you're taking credit for what it is that you did. But guess what? You can't take no credit, because everything you did was given. All the credit comes from others that helped you get to where you got, helped you get to where you are. Even though you say you're far, even though you say you're up, above, You're sitting on the chair. You're the king in the castle, man. You're up on the mountain. You're the CEO. You're the prez. You're the ruler of these people, the elite. Well, guess what? Even the head has got to have its feet to get to where it wants to go. So guess what? You better treat your feet well. You better treat the base of the pyramid well. Otherwise, it's going to crumble and fall, man. You ain't going to have that support when you get out there and realize, you know, you got to go somewhere. But you ain't going to be able to go because your support's going to crumble. You're going to fall hard. You ain't going to be able to move mountains, like I said. Some can, but they take care of their feet. They realize and they humble themselves and they drop their ego and they give credit where credit is due. And they realize they ain't fighting against no one but themselves. I mean, no one deserves to be fought against. Watch the lilies. They neither spin nor toil. The birds are fed. They fly free. And so are you and me. But it's not until we realize that we're free that we can be. If we're in a fight, we're in a fight. If we think we're in a fight, we're definitely going to fight. But I mean, is it all just hugs and kisses? Nah, man. Someone's underground. Like I said, the best fighter that you didn't know was, and he never has been in a fight. He is underground. Manipulating, scheming. But he knows better than to take credit, because I'll put his name on the board, man. And as soon as people know where you stand, you're likely to get lit up, like I said. So he's moving. He's moving, popping, but he knows where he stands. Doesn't let anybody else know where he stands. You got to know where you stand. You got to have firm feet. You know, are you going to take the line? Are you going to be direct? Are you going to be current? Or are you going to cite things which transcend time itself? Things which are good in all times? Are you going to be circular? Are you going to focus on golden morals and meanings and virtues which transcend borders and these rings themselves? But I mean, doesn't another ring always present itself? Or are you going to be linear, like I said? Be direct, be current. I mean, you can be current and still have some eddies. Electricity's got a current. Are you going to alternate your current? Are you going to be a little bit circular here and straight there? You can do some, you know, American Kempo. Straight circle, straight circle. Cite something from now, but then go back to what was before. Open up a new door. Strike your opponent. You're going to be circular like some kung fu dude. Cite things that are good always. I mean, there are certain things which transcend time. And if I build myself up upon these things, my support is on these things. Do I not myself then transcend time and borders? But then, you know, sometimes it's hard to make a hit if somebody themselves doesn't see this way. If they can't see the circle, then, man, you're likely to really miss the mark. Are you going to be direct, straightforward, blunt? Sometimes it's sharp to be blunt. You know what I mean? So are you going to be straightforward, direct? Are you going to be current? Are you going to be direct current? I mean, we're talking about electricity here. Are you going to be direct current here? Are you going to transfer funds? Show your power, show your energy, move a mountain, right? Pay someone off, get them to do your will. I mean, are you going to be the master here? But you better use your funds wisely. Ain't nobody going around winning to waste all their energy on useless things. You got to be direct, you got to be straightforward, you got to be blunt. Sometimes being blunt is sharp. Sometimes being flowery is sharp. Even if it ain't understood. Lots of good things can be made with flour. I mean, we all got to break bread sometimes, right? But just know this: no man should break bread alone, right? And in this, we know that we should never really fight. But man, it sucks when we see others got what we want. Everyone wants to be the king, but no one wants to be the peon, except the king. The king wants to be the common man, it seems. The common man wants to be the king. You know, never talk about someone until you walk them out on their shoes, right? Can you be the head, or are you better as the foot? Life's a fight if you see it that way. Are you circular? Are you straightforward? Do you intermingle lines, circles, and curves to get your point across? Am I getting my point across now? Or am I just talking circles? I don't know. Maybe I'll be a little bit like a drunk boxer, you know? Find myself as a circle within a square. I mean, the square's got straight lines, but I'm a circle within it. I can see the beginning and the end, but I can also see things that are eternal. I'm gonna be the drunk boxer for a minute, which means I don't even know what the heck I'm doing for the moment. You know what I mean? Like, just going around, stumbling around, dealing with where I'm at, what I got, what's going on. What's going on is making me do what I'm doing. I ain't know where I'm going, but I do what I do based upon where I'm at. And where I'm at determines what I do. I don't know nothing else than what's going on. How am I supposed to know that? I gotta have faith. Everyone's gotta have lots of faith. Man, you scientific, you gotta have faith. If you're religious, you gotta have faith. You know, we out here alone, but we know there are others. How do we know? We don't. We got faith. Make a call, man. You don't know if someone else is on the other line that you're really talking to. You gotta have faith. You believe in all these experiments they do? Did you do them yourself? Nah, you're having faith, brother. You're out there having faith. You're watching TV. Some things are real, but fake at the same time. They're really fake. Some things are real. Some things are just other people trying to make their reach, show their reach, sway you, grapple with you. They're trying to pin you down, man. You know what that's like? You know what it's like being in the ring? Some Greco-Roman ring. Grappling. Trying to feel the energy, trying to feel their flow, where it is that they go. If you know where they're going, then you best be able to know that you can yourself take them where you want to take them. Because if they telegraph their movement, oh, it's over. Big time. Or you trying to stand up, stand out, not get caught up in this hand game, you know? Well, then you better have good reach. You better be able to reach the masses, gain support, and be able to influence others by sharing a message which is good to help people understand what you want to share, unless you try to use subversive tactics, because you yourself realize you won't be able to gain the support you need to do what you want. So then you got to be a little flowery, man. You got to be a little fishy. You can't be out there telling other people what you're doing, because if you do, it's over. It's game over. You ain't going to find no support. So you got to make it real fake. Do your best to make them think it's real when it's really fake. But even though it's fake, it's real. And you're about to make it real. So, you know, life's a fight if you make it one. I mean, the lilies neither spin nor toil. The birds, they fly, they're fed. We're all fed. We're all taken care of. You find yourself in a fight, man, people are there to help. I mean, but then it sucks, right? Because you look out and you're like, man, I ain't got that. I want to fight for that. But then guess what? You're fighting against others, the same that held you up. Can you take credit for what you got? Because what you got was given by those you're fighting against, funny enough. So how well can you sneak around the circle to sight your line and say, you know, even though we're all part of this grand game, I'm going to sight my line, give myself credit, and cut you guys out real quick, directly cut out. Cut off the circle. But hey, man, time's going to get up to you. Time's going to catch up to you. If you're sighting the line, time's going to catch up real quick. And if you use that circle, then guess what? You're back out of the game because you can no longer claim what it is that you took from others. Because you're no better. Life's a fight if you make it one. Well, peace out, y'all.